boy who is Hendo, and we back talking sports. So check this out. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. Um, I'm going to do my top five teams for the East and teams for the West. So we gonna start off with the West, and then we gonna go back to the East. Well, we can start from East to West. So based off of last year, you would have expected the same teams to come and do the same thing, but we have some. I guess you could say we have some circumstances that prevent that. You know, Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, JT got hurt, and Boston traded Drew Holiday, traded KP. It's reported that they might trade Jaylen Brown and stuff like that. Uh, as I said before, the East is wide open, as everybody has said. The East is wide open, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got teams that probably wouldn't have been in the top. Other teams that made moves. Atlanta have made moves. Of course, Boston got rid of people. Milwaukee made a move, but I think Giannis is gone. If he ain't gone this year, he gone at the trade deadline or next offseason. And I don't think they're doing anything anyways. They don't have a point guard. So these are my top five teams that are going to be in the Eastern Conference. Five, I believe, and y'all might get me for this. Y'all might get me. But if I'm being honest, I believe that five would be Atlanta. I think Atlanta with my bad, not Atlanta. No, yeah, Atlanta. I believe Atlanta with Kristaps Porzingis and going and grab Nikhil Alexander Walker with Trey Young another year. I believe Atlanta with Jalen Johnson coming back, who was a 20 and 10 guy. I truly believe that they they will make the playoffs and that they probably will be a top five team in the East just because of Indiana's, who will be injured for most of the year. Milwaukee is finished. They got rid of Dame, so they don't have a point guard. Um, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Boston, who just basically blew it up. You know, so I believe that's where teams like Atlanta come in at, where you get a champion and you get a perennial all-star, but he can't stay healthy. That's the only thing. He can't stay healthy. He's been ill the last year. That's the only caveat. That's the only, you know what I'm saying, unknown with Kristaps Porzingis is that you don't know if he's going to, you know what I'm saying, how many games he's going to miss, if he's going to be healthy. Other than that, there's no other questions for real. You got Porzingis, then you went and got Nikhil Alexander Walker, who is a really good defender, good 3-and-D guy. You got Jalen Johnson coming back, who was damn near an all-star last year, but he got injured. And then you got Trey Young, who is the quintessential floor general. And like I said, I believe that their bench is solid enough to where they can, you know what I'm saying, make the playoffs in the outlier year where it's a lot of injuries going on. So I got Atlanta at five. At four, I got my Pistons. Yep, I got the Detroit Pistons. I truly believe that we will be at worst a top six seed again. But I believe this year, Cade, he takes another step. We get Ivy back. Hopefully, knock on wood, he does not injure himself again this year. You know what I'm saying? This season coming up. Ivy averaged 18 points a game on 40% shooting from three. So you can't tell me that don't matter, or we didn't miss that in the New York series. I believe if we had Ivy and Stu healthy, we win that series. I truly believe if we had Ivy at least, if we had Ivy, I believe we win that series. I truly believe that. And you can't say that I'm being delusional because we took them to 6 and got cheated in the game 4. I believe Ivy's going to come back. He's going to get better. K's going to get better. I'm actually not. The caveat is I'm trying to see if we're going to get Malik Monk. If we're able to get Malik Monk, we set. I think Karis LeVert is it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup to replace, I guess, THJ. My guy, it's 11 people on here. Shut the fuck up. I have 400,000 all-time views. Shut your dumb ass up. Anyways, like I said, 7 people in here. It's people in here. Shut your dumb ass up. Why do y'all come in here, bro? If you don't have a YouTube, listen. If you don't have a YouTube channel, if you don't have any type of social media engagement, shut the fuck up, bro. If you can't do it yourself. A lot of y'all like to talk, but you can't build nothing from the ground up. Shut up. If you can't make a YouTube channel and talk about sports and get 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers, shut up, bro. With no ads, being demonetized and shadow banned, be quiet. Like I said, 4, I have the Detroit Pistons. 3, I have Orlando Magic. I think the Orlando Magic with Desmond Bane is going to be an underrated team, bro. Their defense is stout. Their defense is already amazing. You know what I'm saying? You bring in Desmond Bane, who can help them on the offensive end, shooting. They drafted the kid, Jace Richardson, who I think is pretty good. Oh, yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. You just got people talking who don't have no YouTube channel or don't have no type of social media engagement at all. Talking shit. That's all. That's all. But it's all good. But like I was saying, 3, I got Orlando Magic. I believe they're going to be a great defensive team. I think that Desmond Bane helps their shooting out. And, I mean, Jace Richardson could be their point guard for the future, but he's a little undersized. That's the only thing. He's a little undersized, and I think that maybe that might be an issue depending on how good he is on defense. I mean, Chris Paul was undersized. You know what I'm saying? He made it work for him. But I think Orlando is not the only thing they had to shore up is their point guard spot and get more shooting. That's it. That's all Orlando had to do. Orlando is a really good team. And I love Paolo Banchero, bro. I told y'all about him first, who I said he should have went number 1. I said that. It's tons of video. I got 3,000 videos on here. You can go back and look and type in Paolo Banchero, who is Hendo, and you will see my reactions when I was doing reactions before YouTube snipped me and demonetized me. I was telling y'all. So yeah, this is gonna be part 1. We're gonna do another part 2. So I got Orlando at 3. 2, I got the low key. Let me real with y'all. 2, I got the Cavs. Yeah, 2, I got the Cavs because I just don't believe in them. They're gonna have the same team, the same problems. They just gonna have to show me. I don't believe Donovan Mitchell was a number 1. I just don't believe it. I really don't have anything to say about the Cavs because they were an amazing regular season team. Amazing regular season team. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the playoffs, I guess you could say they got injured. They had injuries. So I give them a small pass for that. But they also choked a game where they was up like 7. You know what I'm saying? And then they got blew out. in one of the games. They definitely had a game where they were up like 7, 8 points, and they choked that game. That was the same game Halliburton hit that three to think tie or win the game. One of the two. I think to win the game. So I can't fully give them a pass. And then last year, what happened last year? They got knocked out by New York, I believe. Or was it New York? It might have been New York, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been New York. I think that was the first round they got knocked out by New York. Yeah. So I just don't believe Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland can be your best two players if you're gonna win the championship. Now they did get Lonzo Ball over there. I think that's gonna be a big help. I think he's gonna be Lonzo is gonna help you. Let me tell you this. Chicago was a top 3 seed when Lonzo was their starting point guard before he got injured and you know what I'm saying was sidelined for 2 years. Before that, I remember because Lonzo Ball is one of my favorite point guards. I always liked the way he played. They were a top 3 seed when Lonzo was healthy and running the point for them, and had DeMar going here and lacing up Zach LaVine. When he got injured, they fell off the cliff and they never recovered. So don't sleep on Lonzo's impact. But yeah, I got the Cavs at 2. And of course, number 1 is the Knicks. They made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They got a great coach in Mike Brown, who they just hired. I know I didn't report on that, but they got a great coach in Mike Brown, who, you know what I'm saying, has coached with my team, the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? They have coached my team, the Warriors. He has won championships. He's a really good defensive coach. He went to Sacramento and got them back to the playoffs for the first time in like 17 years. He's a player's coach. He knows how to adapt to the players. He has coached all the greats from LeBron to Kobe to Steph to Clay to Draymond to, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So he knows about, you know, playoff implications and how to run an offense and a defense. He's a stout defensive coach, and he's an innovative offensive coach. So I think that was a great pickup for the New York Knicks. You know, those are my top 5 for the East. Now for the West, it's going to be a little quicker because we already know what's going on. Now, the top 3 are simple. 3, I got the Nuggets because they made so many moves. The Cam Johnson move, the Bruce Brown move, and so on and so forth. I think they shored up their bench a little bit, and I believe that they will be a lot better, for sure. 2, I got Houston. It's really nothing else to be said for real. You get KD in a trade. You go and grab Dorian Finney-Smith. On top of that, you re-sign Jabari Smith and make sure you lock up Fred VanVleet. Not only that, you go get another big in Clint Capella. You know what I'm saying? Like, Houston literally has everything. Perimeter defense, rebounding, scoring, a great coach, wing defenders, a go-to guy in the clutch. One thing that's I don't know yet is leadership. Now, Ime Udoka did lead the Celtics to the championship, and I thought that Celtics team was amazing. They just wasn't beating Steph Curry that year. He wasn't having it. But Ime Udoka can't be the leader on the court. You know what I'm saying? So KD gonna have to step up, bro. The KD, or I know y'all gonna say Fred VanVleet is gonna be the leader, but no, KD needs to step up, bro. If KD don't win the title with this team, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. So 2, I got Houston, and 1 is obviously OKC. Obviously OKC. The champs. Nothing more to be said. They're all young. They coming back. Nothing more to be said. Now 4 and 5 is tricky. 4 and 5 is definitely tricky. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. This might be a hot take, bro. 4, I got Dallas for sure. I think Dallas is gonna be a top 5 team in the West without Kyrie, and when Kyrie comes back, I think Dallas will be a top 5 team in the West. You got Cooper Flag over there. You got AD. You got Clay. You know what I'm saying? You got they just signed D'Lo. They have everything. They got perimeter defense, one of the best front lines in the business. They got a phenom, a young prospect phenom coming in that literally can do everything on the court. If you watch this tape, they got D'Lo, who was a all-star and he's a defensive liability. But let's be real, with AD, Cooper Flag, Derek Lively, then you got Najee Marshall, you know what I'm saying, Max Christie. All those guys are really good defenders. All of those guys are really good defenders. So you can hide D'Lo a little bit. They was able to hide him with the Lakers. I think they'll be able to hide him even better with the Mavericks. Then when Kyrie comes back, you got D'Lo coming off the bench, which I think would be even better for him. So yeah, I got Dallas at 4 and 5. If I'm being real, this is assuming I'm being real with you. This is assuming they make this trade. Like, this is assuming they make the trade for Al Horford and then get Damian Lillard. My Warriors. I think the Warriors are going to end up being the top 5 seed. Now, I'm not confident about nothing else, but this is assuming they make the trade. If they don't, then I'm putting the Spurs in there. I think the Spurs are going to make a huge leap this year. You know what I'm saying? A full year of Fox, Wemby. Then you got Dylan Harper there. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. So, in my opinion, these are the top 5 teams in the East and the West. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button. I appreciate y'all. And stop hating, bro. Stop hating. Please. I'm out.